They were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Hold on.
Goff now to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And he's going to get this down near the 25. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The Packers at 13-3 now on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is
touchdown. Robert Tonyan with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he elects not to bring this one out as his guys will take over at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of the game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark
Able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Here's Watson. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is shown. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. On play action, now Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep is DJ Chark. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. To throw is gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come. Touchdown, Packers!
Christian Watson, 33 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be third and less than a yard. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. 3rd and inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. After the run, Goff going to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers.
Finds his receiver, Watson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Now Crosby for the point after. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Gone. Sliding out of the pocket.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the option, it's Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it is 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Here's Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Rodgers now on 1st down. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Play action. It's gone. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Another try after the first down sack. Goff.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw is Rodgers.
That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On first down, Rodgers.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. Down inside the 10.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard.
Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Eric Stokes.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tonyan. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And a rout is on here in this first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So it's the as we are underway in the third quarter. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's complete right side to Lazard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Off the option, it's Jones. 60 yards on the ground for him so far.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll go again to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. An inside give to Jones. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Rodgers now to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Swift going to try up the middle. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to kick it away. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Rodgers. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And he is going to have a Packers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. 97 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Jones. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. That was all Preston Smith navigating into the backfield. He gets the tackle for loss. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
11.
Throwing on third. Gone.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Rodgers throwing here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad is on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
From the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this...
And now here's another interception. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you force turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my